Hey guys, what's up? It's Spunkify here for MMOBomb.com, and we're back in Arctic Combat here. Now, if you guys don't remember what Arctic Combat is, it was an FPS published by Webzen. It was originally announced a long time ago, and it's been in closed beta for quite a while. But just today, December 6th, it was released into open beta, so I decided to jump back in it, see if my opinions or feelings have changed. Now, if you remember, MMOBomb's original first look was way back when, earlier this year. And so quite a lot is subject to change in the game. I myself have taken a couple looks at the game, and I do have some criticism of it, and as well as some things that I do feel it does well, albeit not particularly new. So we'll go ahead and talk about all of those different things. So if you haven't already told, the game is very much like your standard militaristic style shooter. It is set in an alternative World War III universe, being that World War III has just begun. And it's starting to kind of envelop the entire European side of the world. Now, because of this, guns are still pretty much, for the most part, realistic. They are, your standard AK-47s, those kind of things. But there may be, it does give them, when you have a futuristic kind of pretense, it does give you opportunity to bend the rules a little bit and have different guns, at least more interesting guns. This also allows you to do things like with perks and just kind of give flair to the lore, etc. There we go. Now, because of this, the game still, though, plays like your run-of-the-mill COD 4. At least that was my initial feelings of the games. And I played, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours of the open beta so far, and it still has that feeling. If you'll notice, some of the things we'll talk about, the recoil in the game, which was a big issue of mine when the game first came out, was that there was no non-existent recoil. You could essentially, if you notice, I don't even have to scope in here. I can hold this down and just fire at them, albeit poorly, and it pretty much hits them non-stop. There's not that lot of recoil at all. Everything kind of has a nice little pattern. So in that respect, if you're okay with more of an arcadey shooter, then sure, yeah, the game does fulfill in that, and I only think they've improved the game since closed beta by fixing bugs, etc. There's still some complaints in the UI, which I don't know why they choose to do them certain ways. For example, you can't alt tab at all, and for the life of me, I haven't also been able to find, that guy looks like he was warping all around. I haven't been also able to find in a way, what are you doing over there? Get out of that corner. I haven't been able to find a way to make it windowed either, so everything's full screen stretch pixels if you make it a smaller resolution. One thing you may notice right now is I got a UAV going up. If you guys don't remember from the first look, the game has similar kind of kill streaks that you would find in something like Modern Warfare, etc. We have like UAVs, you'll have like an attack chopper on certain maps that comes in. You also have things like, what is this guy doing? Throw a grenade over there. Dang, that guy walked up. You'll also have things like rocket launchers, which you can unlock, and airstrikes as well. I think they're somewhat map dependent. Certain maps have certain sort of unlocks, it seems, because I haven't really seen a kind of cohesive standard for all maps. UAV kind of seems standard. Rocket launcher kind of seems standard. The last one seems to be the one that changes. But if you notice here, I don't know if he's actually zooming in or not, but I'm not having to zoom in. I can just, remain unscoped in. It gives me a little bit more motion and freedom, and I don't have to worry about recoil. And I play a lot of shooters, and so when you take a look at a game like this and you look at what it brings to the table, it's essentially like updated AVA or that's nice. Updated AVA, a Crossfire. It offers that sort of vein. In terms of those sorts of shooters. That's only 9 bullets, and there's a guy right there. Switch a bullet. Oh yeah, I can at least get an assist on that. Oh god. Whoa. And I do like the little gore bits that come off of them. I mean, I think that adds a little bit of charm to it. You don't see that in Call of Duty 4. So there are definitely things that the game has to offer if you like these style of shooters. But if you're always looking for something new and something different, you probably want to look elsewhere. I mean, it's a solid shooting experience. There is a lot of weapon variety. I like the fact that the controls are very fluid. I don't feel very stiff at all. The movement seems very fast and fluid. But I just don't see it adding things to the plate that we don't already have offered in older titles. I mean, even the graphics themselves, while crisp, you know, in certain respects, are very dated. Which is not always a bad thing, because keep in mind there are people who have lesser computers. So if people want that Call of Duty 4 style of experience, but free to play, then yeah, sure, this would be an excellent game for them to check out. Now, talking a little bit, I know I mentioned that in the new beta release, the Annihilation mode. And oh yeah, look at that grenade shot. I mean, there's still those nice moments where I feel like I've done really awesome things. That guy was invulnerable for a second, but I mean, I can kill these guys. Hey, what's up? I mean, I can just hold on my gun for the entire duration and just whittle it through everybody like it's nothing. For some reason, I wasn't able to kill it. Unfortunately, because I didn't use my kill streak in time, you have to use it while you're still alive. It doesn't carry over. And luckily, there's no kind of like friendly fire or anything like that. They're all over there. How are we doing, actually? We are ahead right now. It's 1552 to 1168, so not bad. This mode goes up to 2,000 or 22 minutes, but I'm pretty sure we're going to reach it there before him. The map designs themselves are not bad. I feel like the map designs offer you know, a lot of varied pathways and different elevations, etc. like that. And I don't really have any qualms with the maps. I don't find them to be displeasing or like that. They do kind of follow the typical just like rectangular pattern as far as like they all go down a sort of hallway feeling where the maps don't have a more square, open, organic feel to them. They always seem like they're set in industrial areas, industrial blocks, if you will. There have been a couple more maps that offer a little bit more varied pathways, but they still seem to go from one side to the other without any sort of like deviation. You can also go down to prone, which I think is a lot of times people forget that's used to be a feature in shooters. Crouching seems to be like such the standard now, where we're so used to crouching. I mean, Battlefield 3 rather, was the look at that. This got that guy like no problem. He may have been low HP though. Your health does regenerate to a certain extent. It does regenerate up to 50, and then once it's up to 50, you would have to pick up those health packs that randomly spawn sometimes. You can switch out perks, so I can switch out the health perk for something that instead does not regenerate my health. But there we go, get that guy. I mean, look, I just strafe a little bit and kill him, no problem. But instead of let's go ahead and pick up a different gun here. Get out of the way. Bam! Right in his face. Headshot there, quite nice. All right, let's go ahead and pick up this and see if there's anybody over here. Nope, just allies. All right, let's come back over here. Oh god, he just took me out. So yeah, I mean, the Annihilation mode, what I was going to talk about, is a new mode. It's basically like your standard last man standing. Both teams have 1 life. However, it adds in the mix of that guy was just waiting for me there. It adds in the mix of you not spawning with a weapon. Instead, all you spawn is with a knife, and you have to go around the map picking up different weapons they want to use. However, I really do feel it fails in a couple ways. First of all, I wanted to show you guys. Whoa! Did I get this? I got the last kill. That was awesome. Last kill with a grenade. I do like that. I think that was pretty cool. And the game does crash. If you guys are seeing a black screen right now, it's because the game did switch between its high mode into a lower mode, which is why you can't see anything right now. So hopefully we can cut back to that in just a second here. Alright, so we are now back. Sorry about that. We did, of course, switch from the normal widescreen to a more lobby-based mode is what you can see right now. That always tends to trip up fraps, and if you're not prepared for it, you will indeed lose your video. So, what I wanted to mention real quickly is the mode I was talking about, the Annihilation mode, is a new mode available in the game. And what it does offer is your standard you know, last man standing style of mode, but you have to pick up the weapons. So let's go to a different map here while we're waiting. Arctic Wind. There, New York. This is one of the ones I feel where it was actually a fairly different type of map. Let's go ahead and we'll jump to, this one's New York here, 3 of 16 already in game, just so I can show you guys the map. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording and start recording once again. But like I said, the New York map is one I feel is a little bit more diversified, a little bit more broken up, and gives a little bit more pathways for you to work with. I'm not really sure what the level, you know, stars means, if that's the complexity of the map or not, but I do like the fact that it actually tells you the routes that you can go. So there are various routes in here in different levels as well, which makes it a multi-tiered kind of layout, which is really nice. So you notice on the supply pack it says artillery and UAV. So you get the UAV as your sort of like first one, and the artillery is the one that's like built in, like the super one that's built into the map. I really felt like they could have given the players that option. You know, if you're going to try to go for that system, limiting it, whether it be for resources or whatnot, is a little bit disheartening to see that you can only get artillery packs, you know, in certain levels, because those levels may not come up, or they may not even be popular levels that people enjoy playing. But yeah, we'll check out this mode here. There's different veilings you can go in and out, and there's also like the weapon perks, etc. Like right there, I could pick up a rocket launcher, I believe right here, and I can use this. So I can go and pick up that. I mean, there is like this. There's flamethrowers as well. I feel like those are pretty cool. Anybody here? It's 3 versus 3 here. There's a guy way in that window over there. Maybe I can hit him with a rocket. Let's see if he pokes his head up. Hey, buddy. Or maybe he's just getting lost. Oh, nope. He's just going to get shot from up above anyways. All right, let's jump down here. Take a little bit of... Oh! And go ahead and just take that guy out. He's got himself a flamethrower. I can go ahead and pick that up and show it off. So yeah, they do have some pretty interesting little weapons. Flamethrower, I think, is pretty funny. You actually hold it in a pretty interesting manner. Hey, guy. But I mean, in reality, it's not that feasible. It's so, you'd have to be so close to people who just hide. But the fact that you can get a UAV kind of defeats the purpose, and plus you would be camping at that point. So if they have like a perk weapon that encourages camping because it has such a short range, I mean, if it was like if it like lobbed fire like really far, I think that'd be pretty awesome. But sadly, it does not. All right. One thing I should have also mentioned is I have a very good system, but you're gonna have to really pay attention to your settings. There are a couple settings, at least at the time of this recording, that cause we got support fire. Awesome. So it looks like he's gonna get an artillery strike. So you'll be able to see one of these. You just see them rain from the sky. They don't really follow like a traditional kind of style of artillery. They don't fly off the screen. They just kind of rain, like it's like some type of rain. Alright, got an assist there. But you know, it's like these burnout buildings here that you can run through. Adds a little bit more diversity. I really feel like this is one of the best maps that the game has in terms of just offering different kind of levels to go through. There's a guy over here. Oh, this guy's shooting at me. Come on out, buddy. Alright, let's go. Let's tango. There you go. Get out of here. Let's go. Whoa. And then you can, yeah, this is a fixed spawn. No, it's not always a fixed spawn. It's not always a fixed spawn. It is sometimes. God damn it. Ah, man. So it's pretty easy. I mean, you just spawn behind them and just kill them as you spawn. It's very standard feature. Alright, let's go out there. Oh, man. Alright, we were getting some good round here. Alright, there we go. Let's get out of that real quick. So you can have really fun modes. He stabbed me, but I shot the other guy with the rocket, so it's alright. How am I doing, actually? 7 and 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. So you can have those really fun moments, but I mean, there's a lot of shooters that offer that. I mean, the thrill of killing someone in a shooter and killing a lot of people in a shooter is offered by a lot of shooters. That's what makes a good shooter, is that thrill. But it's the stuff that you can add to it. I got a little assist there. I do like the fact that it tells you the assist. So I mean, it's solid. Like I said, the game isn't bad. It's a solid shooter. It's just something we've seen before. If anything, I would think this would replace people's choices for things like, you know, AVA or Crossfire. You know, it offers something a little bit more updated and polished than those. So I certainly wouldn't say that, you know, it wouldn't get played. I think it'd actually get played and replace certain other shooters. There's always going to be a demand for militaristic shooters, in my opinion. The Call of Duty series has really just solidified that as a type of franchise. Whether it always be set in a war or a militaristic like our setting or something in the future, that that can change. But this style of shooter, you know, with these basic mechanics, is I think always going to be prevalent. Look at that guy. Is there another guy in here? I think there was. Did he die? Maybe that was my teammate. Come here, where are you? Did he die? Yeah, okay, you died. Let's go ahead and heal up here. Oh god. Oh, double kill. Let's pick up the AK-47, take out this guy over here at the same time if we can. Where'd he go? Is he alive? Yep, there he is. Get out of here. There we go. Ah. I feel really at home in shooters like this. I mean, it just, they come naturally to me, which is why it's easy to do so well in them, because with no recoil, I mean, I'm used to playing like Planetside, etc. With no recoil, I'm just simply, you know, firing in a straight line. And as long as I can keep it in a straight line, I usually can get a kill, you know? And how am I doing? I mean, I'm 13-4 and leading the team 648. So it's just things like this to consider, you know? It's not anything bad, you know. In fact, it's gotten better since beta, obviously, and closed beta. Obviously, they've improved bugs and such, and I really think they've done a good job doing so. There are still a few quirks in there, but it's an overall solid experience at this point. And Webzen seems committed to increasing its popularity, increasing its exposure. I mean, they launched it in both North America and Europe, and plan to do esports plans with it. And I mean, if you think about it, Counter-Strike 1.6 still played today, and that game is very old. So just because a game doesn't have good graphics, or, you know, the most top-notch graphics rather, if it has a solid, you know, FPS experience, there will always be sort of markets that will play those. Can I get a kill? No, looks like my grenade didn't hit anybody. Hopefully I can get maybe a assist there. That is a nice little touch. It actually shows you, when you get it low, how many bullets you have just left before you actually start reloading. Those are nice, small little touches. Alright, let's see if we can get 1 or 2 more kills, guys. I was hoping I could get an artillery strike for you, but alas, it did not seem meant to be. There does seem to be, from what I can tell, also a little bit of ability to shoot through some walls. Did I get somebody? Nope, got killed. I thought maybe I could get an assist. Alright, guys, we gotta end this on a good note. Come on, we can't just be getting assists. We gotta get a kill, a legitimate kill, none of this rocket business. Let's go ahead and jump down here. Hey! That guy I think was trying to knife me. No! No! I wonder if we can get a knife kill, guys. Let's go for 1 knife kill. We'll try our best to get 1 knife kill. Just 1. There's a guy right here. I hear him. Hey, buddy. Oh, this is going to be perfect. No! Come on! It was like right in his face. Oh, well, guys. It was my best attempt. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary here of Arctic Combat. If you guys want to check it out now, it's available on both Steam and their main website. Again, not a bad shooter experience if you're familiar with the Call of Duty environment. Unfortunately, the more I stop paying attention, the more I get shot. I hope you guys, I'm going to leave when I'm ahead, alright? Hope you guys enjoy this commentary. I'll see you guys next time. Spunkify out. Later, guys.